Thank you again for stopping in at Nine World Chronicles. I'm going to ask you right now to go on. If you enjoy the videos, hit that like and subscribe and notification bell. Today, I want to talk a little bit more about Geb, to do a little bit of a deeper dive into Geb. Now, Geb, of course, is one of the most well known of the Netters, if not one of the most venerated, as he represents the earth, which is kind of an important thing in the sense that most pantheons that I've seen seem to identify the earth with a mother spirit, right, a female spirit like Gaia, right. And I think some of the Native American viewpoints also see the earth in that standpoint, right. Definitely the Roman Greco see it in that. So Geb being the earth and the male is one aspect of his representations that's different, and he's probably most known for his aspect of representing the earth in that regard. But Geb also plays a very important role in sovereignty. And in addition to being this earth representation, he is regarding as having transmitted the sovereignty or the rulership from the earliest times, from the cosmic times, going from Atum to Shu to Osiris, Osiris to Heru or Horus as he is known. And he plays a pivotal role at each stage. Now, again, Atum being the first in that cosmic pantheon of creation, Shu obviously being his father, but he plays a conduit in passing that as the earth. We are talking about the sovereignty or rulership of the earth. And he plays a key role in the passage to Asar, and then in the final decision making that would lead to Heru inheriting the throne. Remember, there was a conflict with his uncle Set. Now, with Geb, typically you will see him portrayed, of course, as the green skin and decorated with plants. This is obviously a play on fertility, but a very important distinction between the colors green and black. Now, with Asar, who is, of course, the perfect black, this is a depiction of melanin or cosmic melanin at its highest level. That depiction is black. What is melanin in the plant world? Where it's chloroform or chlorophyll, right? So he has that aspect showing that great capacity for energy production that we get in plants, right? That other side of what melanin represents. And his symbol has always been the goose. Now, the goose, of course, I think the goose representation is Denon, and the goose represents, again, that cosmic egg. So birth and rebirth are essentially tied to Geb. So he plays a very important role. But if we look back at the pyramid text, we get a better insight into what Geb really does, how he embodies this continuity not only of life but also of sovereignty, which is really important. In Coffin Text Utterance 368, he says, "He caused Jehudi or Thoth to reassemble you, Asar, so that which was upon you comes to an end." And in that case, they're talking about decay. Again, this is after Asar has died and been resurrected, or died before his resurrection, but they're keeping decay off of him. And it says in section 483 that, "O earth, hear this which Geb said when he spiritualized Osiris as a god." So it's very important both in the ascension of the other Netters and where they would sit. It goes on further to say, "O Geb, Osiris the king is your son. May you nourish your son with it. May your son be made hale by means of it." So there is a very key in being anointed by Geb that was key for this king going forward. Some of the coffin text spells actually credit Geb with reuniting his body, although the story that we hear most commonly is the one of Isis or Aset assembling his body, performing her magic, and recreating that mummy. But there are some that attribute more of a responsibility to Geb in this role. Now, in Pyramid Text 303, it is said that Geb, the seed of Geb, is the hereditary prince of the gods, again tying him to sovereignty. And in Utterance 373, the king is taken by Horus to the sky, to your father Geb. So we'll talk more about Geb's role. I just want to kind of do a short piece, but he is seen to be the source of sovereignty for rulership on the earth, obviously passing down that line of lineage from what would have been great his grandfather, the father, passing to his son, and passing to Heru would in that lineage would be considered to be his grandson. So he plays a very important role as his representation of the earth, but also it is from him that sovereignty is passed along. If you have more that you'd like to add to this particular piece as we explore more about the abilities or representation of the Geb, please do so in the comment section. And as always, I ask that you hit that like and subscribe. And so you know when new videos come, hit the notification bell as well.